It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rectenwell. This is Scooter.
Whoop whoop.
Scott Callies.
We had this argument over the whoop whoop yesterday.
Well, let me tell you, David loses.
You watched it. That's right. You texted me. Yeah, he lost.
He lost.
That was good. I was like, we'll just bring up Thursday's show after the break.
Did you?
Yep.
And?
Yep. He lost.
He knows.
He lost. Yeah.
Did he leave with his tail between his legs?
No, he just kind of laughed it off. But he had a problem with the part of saying he lost. He didn't have a problem with me saying I won, but he lost was a little bit tough coming out of his mouth. But
did he actually admit it?
I believe so, yeah.
Did you get it on film?
I got it on tape, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we recorded it. I'm going to play it over and over and over and over.
That's how you start the introduction.
There you go.
Tomorrow. That's where you start.
Oh, that is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would get them.
As soon as he introduces the show tomorrow morning, have that play again. He doesn't even have to know what's coming up. Just let it happen.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That is a great idea. We got to give each other a hard time. That's just how it is.
You know, not everybody can be as cordial as I am.
Okay, Grumpy.
Because I never give you a hard time.
Okay, Grumpy.
It's the morning show.
It is.
How's Scooter today?
I'm alive. I'm here. It's a good sign.
Here, good sign.
It's a good sign.
I know you've been putting in a lot of off-season that's about to turn into regular season wrestling.
Yes, we've had about 16, 17 girls showing up, and they're putting in their dues right now. They really are. Off-season's tough because you're not really rolling on the mat. It's just about conditioning, getting ready, getting prepared. But it does a lot mentally by the end of that off-season as far as getting them ready for that next step.
Yeah, and Robert's helping you.
Oh, Robert does an amazing job. He actually puts all the stuff together as far as what they're going to do, the circuits and the different things, and he does a great job with getting them conditioned and getting their whole body moving correctly. He really does a great job. I'm happy to have him.
That's awesome. Time for a little morning prayer.
All right, let's do it.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. With all our respect, it's not just their motto, it's how they do business. Renata Jenkins Byler and her staff all across the state of Arkansas in one location, 29 locations in Arkansas, and one location in Memphis, Tennessee. They're there to help you in your time of need. Now, the morning prayer. Lord God, we just thank you for this great weather that you've given us, and we just thank you for friendships and relationships and the things that come along with those. And yesterday, our area buried a friend of a lot of people in this area. Mr. Ken Williams was the retired fire chief from Mountain Home, and he was buried so he could go spend eternity with you yesterday. And Lord, we just pray that you'll continue to be with his family, his wife, and his children, his brothers and sisters. And Lord, we just pray that you'll comfort them in their time of sorrow, and let them understand that it should be a celebration and not just doom and gloom. The hurt will never go away, but the party will never end where he is with you. And Lord, as always, we like to pray for our firefighters, our first responders, our military, our policemen, doctors, nurses, our school administration, and our students. We just pray that you'll keep them all safe. In Christ's name we pray, amen. Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, with all our respect. If you don't know where they're located in Mountain Home, take a trip up Highway 5 North, past Hospital Drive, look to your right for the biggest American flag you've probably ever seen. Pull in, and that's their driveway. Go talk to them about pre-planning. Nah, I'm not even going to ask. I know better.
You know better.
It's only been 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been 2 days.
And we've only been talking about it for 2 years.
Yeah.
It's got to happen. One of these days.
One of these days, yeah.
And the reason for that is because you just never know. There was
Nobody's promised tomorrow.
Tomorrow never comes.
Mm-hmm.
But pre-planning is probably one of the things that everybody should check out. And go to Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, check that out for you. And now we're going to have a quick word from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty here in Mountain Home, 870-405-0793.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
Bob and Linda Zadora, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. Realtors you would recommend to your friends. Go check out their website, retiredarkansas.net, or give them a call at 870-405-0793. But first, check out this. What a shot.
And of course, I'm muted. It's a nice shot this morning.
It
Very
is.
clear.
It is a nice shot. Surprised we don't see a bunch of boats out there.
That'll be tomorrow.
It'll be tomorrow when it's 70 degrees out.
Yeah.
What you're looking at is a shot from Marion County, Arkansas, back into Baxter County, Arkansas, the city of Cotter to be exact. There's the baseball field to the left, straight to the left, and the Railroad Museum. Where's Big Spring in conjunction with this picture, Scooter?
It's down by the park. I know.
Down below by the
Yeah.
Rainbow Bridge, which is off to your left.
Yeah, a little further down by there.
To your far left would be the city of Bull Shoals. To your far right, where the sun is coming up around the bend there, that's the city of Mountain Home. Way off in the horizon, that is the state of Missouri. What I like to call this is God's country. Not a piece of this is available for sale today. I bet down somewhere in the city of Cotter there is, but that bluff shot, where that shot's being taken from, is not for sale. But if you'd like to take a look at what's going on in our real estate market, go to retiredarkansas.net, click onto live views, and you can see shots like this throughout the day. There's 15 or 16 of these shots that will bounce through. They just kind of cycle through there. That's Contractors Trust there, the old railroad depot as well. I'm really surprised we don't have any boats on there. That just,
Yeah, I'm not seeing any
it
this
just
morning.
kind of amazes me.
The water looks beautiful.
You can tell that water's just moving around. Retiredarkansas.net is where you can see those. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. The Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. I always say they're busy, but never too busy to help you. And now we'll take a look at some temperatures. Mountain Home is 73, Harrison is 78, Batesville is 72, Yellville is 66, Marshall 64, Salem 71, Mountain View, Arkansas 64, Calico Rock is 73, West Plains, Missouri is 71, Springfield, Missouri is 75, Poplar Bluff is 66, and St. Louis is 67. And for the radar, let that catch up with us just for a moment. As you can see, the whole state of Arkansas is clear. Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee, a little bit of rain in Springfield, Illinois. I'll zoom back in here to Arkansas. My mouse isn't cooperating very well, Scooter.
Oh,
As you can see in Arkansas, we're clear from Fayetteville, Rogers to Jonesboro, Blytheville, Fort Smith to South Haven, Mississippi, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana, Greenville, Mississippi. There is no rain anywhere, which is good at this time. We kind of like it that way. So if you're traveling the great state of Arkansas, you should be traveling in dry weather. Major Hurricane Fiona and Tropical Storms Gaston out there don't look like they're going to affect the U.S. at all. Puerto Rico is going to get hit with some heavy-duty rain. Trinidad's getting nailed right now.
yeah, that one made a turn and stayed out on the East Coast, so I don't think it's going to affect us really much at all.
Really, this one that's down around Trinidad, whatever that happens to be right there, that gets into the Gulf of Mexico, that could cause some trouble. Watches and warnings. We've got a little bit of something in Arkansas.
Heat
right
advisory.
here. It's a heat advisory down south around Memphis, western Tennessee, eastern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, the Memphis area. Other than that, the state of Arkansas is pretty clear. So is Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, and most of Tennessee. 7-day forecast today. It's going to be hot.
We
That's all
figured
it
that.
says. It's just hot.
But tomorrow's nice, so we'll leave it at that.
High today 97, low tonight 66. High tomorrow is 77 degrees. Low tomorrow night 56. High on Friday also 77. Friday night 62. Saturday high of 85, low of 64. Sunday high of 82. Sunday night low of 55. Sunny and clear on Monday, high of 76. Clear and low of 51 on Monday night. And Tuesday high of 76. You know what Friday night's going to be?
Football.
Nice.
Nice. Oh, you're going with that. Okay. I was just going
I'm on
with
weather,
football.
not sports.
Oh, well, okay. Okay. It'd be nice. Football.
It's going to be nice football weather. The pollen count. Tree pollen today is low. Tomorrow is none. Friday is none. I bet that changes in the morning. Grass is high today. None tomorrow. None on Friday. But ragweed is high today. Very high tomorrow and very high on Friday. Lake levels. Norfolk is not generating at this time with a lake level of 554.60, which is 2.6 above full pool of 552. Bull Shoals 658.69, which is 0.31 below full pool of 659, and they are generating 1 unit at this time. If you'd like to check the generation report for yourself, give them a call at 870-431-5311, and you'll listen to the same recording that I do. And that's the weather, the dam report, and the updates, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. 870-405-0793 is their website. Is their phone number. Their website is retiredarkansas.net. Check them out. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Arkansas Department of Transportation will be holding a meeting to discuss the replacement of a bridge here in Mountain Home. The bridge they're talking about replacing is the Highway 5 Hicks Creek Bridge. You know where that's at?
Down, of course, I need to unmute me. Is it on Highway 5 South, that one? Well, they were already looking at replacing that one, I thought. They were resurfacing that one. Never mind.
They were resurfacing it, but now they're talking about replacing it. It's good. It's the one there at just past Cardinal.
Yeah.
Yeah, right before the car wash.
Yeah, I know they did some work and getting ready to resurface it, but I didn't know they were looking at replacing it. So
Says that they will present a proposed plan to replace the bridge. That it will be a public meeting held at Eastside Baptist Church from 4 to 7 on Thursday. How about that? I'm not sure why that bridge needs to be replaced, but hey, we must have some extra money somewhere.
maybe they're going to make it wider for that intersection to, I don't know, give it a right turn lane. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, who knows? You know, there's a lot of things you can do to be mad at a spouse or a friend, but throw gasoline on them and then threaten them to light them up with a match.
It's one way.
That's one way.
That's
Heck of a deal.
probably not the smartest route I'd go, but
Yeah.
okay, that's one way.
When that oxygen evacuates from the air, guess what happens? You're going to get burnt too. An event coming up this weekend to support the local Children's Advocacy Center called Grandma's House. They are sponsoring a ragball tournament. They're calling it Your Safe at Grandma's House Benefit Ragball Tournament, which is scheduled for Saturday at Keller Park. The day begins at 8 with registration, and games begin 1 hour later. Teams are asked to pay a $225 registration fee. Home run bands are available for purchase for $20 for men, $10 for women. Concessions will be available throughout the day. Grandma's House Community Development Coordinator Kylie Evans is the person that you can talk to. And check out Grandma's House. You can reach Miss Evans at 870-517-1681. You know, it's a pretty good organization. They do a lot of stuff for children's advocacy.
They do.
Believe it or not, it's a much needed thing. Not
They
just
do a lot
here, but all
behind the
over.
scenes that you don't see.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 4 people have been appointed to different boards by the governor of Arkansas. Kanda Reese from Gamay has been appointed to the Electronic Recording Commission. Her new term will expire on 2025. Ryan Howard of Melbourne was reappointed to the Board of Trustees for Ozarka College. Josephine Perry of Marshall was reappointed to the State Board of Embalmers, Funeral Directors, and Cemeteries. That term will expire in July of 2027. And Robert Campbell of Whit Springs was reappointed to the Arkansas Beef Council, and that will expire March of 2025. I do want to make mention real quick before we take a break that the state champion Lady Panther track and field team will receive their state rings at halftime during Friday night's football game at Panther Field. If you have time, go by and see that. Those girls have worked hard to accomplish the state championship last year, and they are getting their state rings.
Awesome.
Isn't that exciting?
Awesome.
And with that, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a little bit. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning our guest is Dan Hall, Department of Disabled American Veterans, and Hollie Scoma from District 3 Veteran Service Officer. How are you?
Well.
What are you smiling so big for?
You got my name right. I'm super excited.
I get your name right every time because however it rolls out just happens to be right that moment. What do you think?
We're busy.
We are busy.
We are very busy this time of year. We have so many things going on. Only a month or so ago, we were back in Boulder, Colorado for the summit of the Together with Veterans Suicide Prevention Program. Hollie was back there with that. You've been in D.C. since, too,
I
haven't
have. I went to D.C.
On
for
purpose?
on purpose.
Yeah.
For the National Association of State Women's Veterans Coordinators. It's a very long name. But I was there talking about women veterans issues and how we're trying to gear up and change the state of Arkansas to recognize women veterans a little bit more.
How's that working out?
It's in the planning stages.
Like you said off camera earlier,
Yeah.
the VA does not move fast on anything.
Yeah, it takes a little while to get anything official started, so.
You've been right at a year since...
Since I got here.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, no.
You moved up here from Florida. You've been here right at a year. What do you think of Mountain Home?
Oh, I really love it. Like, honestly, sincerely, like, it's probably one of my favorite places. I don't enjoy leaving. Like, going to D.C., I was like, oh, no. But coming back here, it feels like home.
Your situational awareness goes way up when you leave this area, doesn't it?
What brought you to Mountain Home?
This job.
Your job brought you to Mountain Home.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't actually just move here, you recruited her?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they interviewed me all the way in Florida over video, and then they were like, we could use you. And I was like, I will be right there.
Awesome.
So then 2 weeks later, I moved my whole family.
And then in the first week she was here, we dumped her on TV and radio. And
Nervous wreck.
So welcome to the country.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, you've asked that question of Hollie. How long have you been here?
32 years.
From?
I actually moved down here from Texas County, Missouri.
Okay.
I had retired out of San Diego, and my wife had relatives up in Texas County area. And
which is Rolla, Houston?
Yeah, Houston area.
Houston.
Raymondville. And we had visited there, and it kind of reminded me of the hills of Pennsylvania where I was born and raised, until they screwed it up real bad. Too many people. But at any rate, that's where we retired to, out of San Diego. And then she went to work part-time at Walmart, running the jewelry counter. A couple months later, she was a district manager. Mountain Home was one of her stores. That's how we found Arkansas, basically.
Wow.
But yeah, we moved down here Christmas of 1990.
Okay.
Been here a while.
What's your thoughts?
I could live anywhere I want in the world. You couldn't pry me out of Mountain Home, Arkansas.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, back to the veteran stuff. We've remissed enough.
Yeah, so we're busy. So the most new thing coming up is Charlie Leonard, who's our Baxter County Veteran Service Officer.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a lunch and learn on the 28th at 11 o'clock at the Bob Davis House Center over there. And so he's going to go over like the PAC Act and some new things that are coming down, and means testing is coming back again and being real hard. So we've had a couple people have to do that. It's to provide their income to the VA to say, hey, we still need health care, but we don't have the means to provide to do copays and all that other stuff. So, yeah. So all of those things are coming down. So that's our next one. And then right after that, the DAV picnic.
We got the big picnic, the 17th annual. They're still calling it the DAV Outreach Picnic, Appreciation Picnic, but it's gone way beyond just the DAV. It's all of the veteran service organizations, Baxter Health, the local community-based outreach clinic. Just about everybody in the community has been behind it the last few years. We really grew in numbers and had to move over onto ASU campus where we have enough room. We used to do it at Hickory Park, but we outgrew that small area.
Yeah, I bet.
There was no parking, and started out, 17 years ago, if you fed 150 people, that was a big deal. When the community got behind it, and we created the auxiliary unit. Good Samaritan Society is one of our big sponsors, and all of a sudden it just took off, and we just outgrew Hickory Park.
How many people do you expect?
Probably 800. We did 700 last year, and we'll have
Last year, Dr. Scott from Central Arkansas Veterans Healthcare brought the mobile unit up, and they gave flu shots and vaccinations. We had the local VA clinic was there. We had some people sign up, which is the whole idea, the outreach, to get these veterans that have never been into the system where they can get the information and care they need. And of course, Baxter Regional, now Baxter Health, ever since we got the Mission Act passed, they've done about everything they can to become the provider of choice for veterans in this community. And so they're going to be there. Matter of fact, Brian's going to be one of the cooks. So.
Awesome.
This Veterans Appreciation Outreach Picnic, is it only offered to the veterans that live in Baxter County, or is it open to anyone that can hear us?
It's open to anybody that can hear us. We'll have people here from Little Rock, and we'll have people from over by Harrison. Dr. Scott from Little Rock, who is the director of the Central Arkansas Veterans Healthcare, will be here. Secretary Nate Todd, who is the Secretary of Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs, will be here. Lieutenant Governor Griffin, I don't think he's going to make it this year, but he'll send me some sort of a letter to read. He's always helped us with it. I know the Arkansas Department of Arkansas DAV commander will be here. John Donovan, who's one of the vice commanders nationally of DAV, I expect him to be here. So,
because of our proximity to the state of Missouri, we're so close to the Missouri line, and our television broadcast reaches way up into Missouri. If there's a Missouri veteran that's just wondering what's available out there, can he come to this?
Absolutely.
And y'all can direct him the right direction in Missouri?
Absolutely. Actually, Hollie in District 3 of ADVA has 9 counties from Harrison to Batesville. And she actually has to deal with 4 different VA organizations. Yeah. People over by Salem, they go to West Plains to the CBOC,
okay.
and their hospital is Poplar Bluff. Uh-huh. Over by Batesville, they might go to Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis.
And if you're over by Harrison, you go to Fayetteville.
Yeah.
And the ones here in
Central go to Little Rock.
Yeah.
So we touch a lot of Missouri veterans all the time. We see a lot of them, and then we also deal a lot with the they're called the VMCO. It's the Veteran Military Coalition of the Ozarks in Missouri. But
this is acronym city.
Right, but we deal a lot with them, and so we try to stay up to speed on even the Missouri state laws and things up there so that we could help them as well. So we have counterparts kind of everywhere, even Oklahoma, and I've seen a lot of veterans from a lot of places, not just even here. So if they're traveling and they stop in, we're not going to turn them away.
And I'm just going to say, because we are a tourist destination to a lot of people, they may just be coming through the area on that weekend and just hear about it and want to come by.
Well, I always try to make the point, too. We talk about Mountain Home. When I say Mountain Home, basically I'm talking about a 5-county area that we're kind of the hub for.
North Central Arkansas
North
as
Central
a whole.
and Missouri. West Plains and Gainesville. All the people that use ASU Mountain Home and Baxter Regional Hospital. And that's about an 11-county footprint. And since we're so much involved with the suicide prevention program and working with Baxter Health, our footprint's getting pretty much duplicating theirs. They hired Brian Barnett, who used to be the manager at the CBOC, to help this transition to the community care network. And he travels to all of the clinics and providers that utilize Baxter Healthcare. And so when we have information to get out, we do it through Brian. So that's one of the reasons we've been very successful and grown this whole thing.
The relationships, the partnerships, they're second to none. They're just good. And when you get them involved, different groups involved, as a one, you can touch a whole lot more people.
Right.
Oh yeah, nobody can do it by themselves. Like I said, we started this outreach picnic off a long time ago as Chapter 30 of Disabled American Veterans. But we always invited the other veteran service organizations, and now it's grown to where it's not a DAV picnic. You don't have to be a disabled veterans or a member of DAV, member of anything for that matter. If you served in the military or you're a family member of someone who served, you're welcome. Come see us. But we get a lot of help from, if you just look at the local organizations that are putting this on. I have 2 pages of donors and supporters, including American Legion and VFW, American Legion out of Yellville, DAV State, the VA, ASU, Baxter County, the city of Mountain Home.
Yeah.
You just can go on and on. Or the major banks all contribute to this thing. Harps, Walmart, Ultimate Auto Group, and I know I'm missing some.
Yeah, there's a lot more
There's a
missing,
golf cart specialist out of Flippin that donate the use of half a dozen golf carts. So if you have mobility issues and you're parked a little distance away from where we're feeding, don't worry about it. We've got golf carts.
We'll come get you.
We'll come and get you. And we got the health science building open for restrooms. And again, if you have mobility issues, we can get you down there on a golf cart.
There you go. With that, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning our guest Dan Hall, Arkansas Department of Disabled American Veterans, and Hollie Scoma, District 3 Veteran Service Officer. Other than doing a lot of travel, what else is happening?
Well, we're really concentrating on getting that picnic done, and then of course the 15th of October is our state executive council for the DAV. We'll have to be in Conway for that meeting. And let's see, the 18th, we've got the Friends of the NRA Foundation banquet over at the fairgrounds. That's the next big push. Right now I'm concentrating on getting the sponsors and coordinating all the stuff for this picnic. And like I said, I've got 2 pages of people that are involved, going to be there some way, shape, or form, and takes a little coordination.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get this city street department will come over, I guess, Friday morning and set up the stage for us. Well, then I got to get the canopy from High Country Motors, and which of us get together, put the canopy over the stage in case we have any weather issues. Ultimate will deliver the ice machine with all the ice. We have to get to one of those power poles and plug it in. Not sure yet, but we may have a couple freezers full of ice cream.
Uh-oh.
I got to coordinate that. That was one of those things that Colonel Mary Walker, right near the picnic thing, she decided, well, if you're going to have cake and cookies, you have to have ice cream. So she got with Blue Bunny or one of the organizations and got a bunch of Dixie cups donated. Well, then she needed a freezer, so she went to one of the places and got 2 freezers donated. And after the picnic, she needed a place to put them, and I had no place to keep a couple of freezers, so they ended up over at Bob Davis Vet Center.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so they'll haul those over there. So, assuming we get ice cream again, I'm going to work on that. That's the last of the big
You've still
works.
got some time.
Yeah.
Still got 2 weeks.
But also, does that not just go to show like how much a veteran can get done? Like, I mean, like in this community, like all of those people donating and like people calling and getting things, and it's not like a solo effort. It's a bunch of people.
That's
like,
a lot
really,
of work done
yeah.
for the highly paid position that Dan's holding.
Yeah.
That's just. Well, you know, we work with some pretty good people, and we had an issue with referrals from the Veterans Clinic to the local community care network. There were some delays and some administrative processes, and when the information came to me, I just called Dr. Scott, and I will tell you that of all the people that we deal with, particularly in VA, there aren't that many that get this sense of urgency when there's a problem. Margie does. And that problem got fixed in like 2 days.
Yeah, so she like addressed the issue and was like, hey, we found where the snag is and we are going to look forward on how to fix this, which normally doesn't happen. They're like, hey, we fixed it for this one veteran and now we're good. But she was like, this is an issue. You're right.
So they didn't fix the particular problem, they fixed the process.
Yeah, they fixed the process and the problem.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But instead of just focusing on the one problem, they fixed the process that caused the problem.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Scott's been awesome, and when she first gave me her phone number 5 or 6 years ago, I said, don't give me your cell phone if you don't expect me to call you, because if there's a problem, I will call. And, you know, one of those things, if you spent a lot of time in the military, you learn what I call a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
When something needs to be done, you don't analyze it and, you know, have the paralysis of analysis. You get to work and fix it, and we're real fortunate in that way.
And it's important, you know, Dan, you've been doing this for how many years?
Oh, about 8 with this particular program.
And the relationships that you've built, not only with the different picnic things that you're doing, but with the folks down in Little Rock and all the different higher up groups, those are second to none. I mean, if you ever decide to give this up, somebody's going to have big shoes to fill.
Well, that's one of the issues that I'm dealing with constantly the last couple of years, the thing I call sustainability. It took us a lot of years to put this program together, this community-based public health approach to the suicide program. We've had enormous success. We're recognized around the country and being asked to help with other communities, including there's 26 states now that are involved with the Governor's Challenge, which is basically taking the framework that Dr. Wolfer and I created here in Mountain Home and moving it to other places to fit their communities. Currently in Arkansas, we're working on 2 other counties, Garland and Hot Springs County. But you really, and some of them are amazed. We had one county in Arkansas that tried this, and Commander Eisenhower, he said, well, they're not doing real well. So I invited him to come up for one of our community partners meetings. And we're talking about the community, from Baxter Health to the CBOC to county government, city government, law enforcement, business, the entire community. And Harry sat through that, and he went back and said, I don't think our county can do this. Mainly because Mountain Home was approached it as a community thing. They recognized a problem and then sought resources to deal with it. Where this little grant became available, and there was somebody saw an opportunity to get a little bit of money, so they jumped on the grant, but they had no idea. They had not identified a problem or how they were going to deal with it. So that's the big difference, is the way this community approaches things. And I've just been so proud of this community. Everything that I do, I'm having an issue sort of right now. I mentioned the Friends of the NRA banquet. Well, the Friends of the NRA are not the NRA per se. It's a separate 501c3, and we concentrate mainly on youth programs. The Eddie Eagle program, for example, teaches children, if you see a firearm, don't touch it, find an adult, that kind of stuff, up through firearm safety programs. We support the local high schools trap and skeet competitions, and the junior ROTC has marksmanship involved. So it's all really about safe handling of firearms and what have you. A few years ago, after the Sandy Hook school shooting, we raised some money and created what was known as the National School Shield Initiative. And Asa Hutchison actually chaired that for us the year before he became governor. And the idea of that was is to go around to schools and offer best practices to harden the targets. You will never get rid of every nut out there, but you can make sure that every school is secure. And that's the way we approached it. And that talks about everything from perimeter security to doors that open to the outside can only open from the inside, knowing who's on campus, modern fire alarms that don't ring just because somebody pulled the handle. The computer checks the system, makes sure it's a valid alarm. Cameras, electronics, everything, metal detectors, everything up to and including armed people on campus, if that's what this district decides they want to do. And there's a couple ways you can do that with licensed security guards or school resource officers or what have you. So I usually work on that. We usually have that banquet and this community support and fundraising in April, which meant that about the time I got back from midwinter conferences in DC in mid-February, I'd have February and March to work on the April dinner. And then, of course, my big deal is the first weekend of October, the Veterans Picnic. Once we got that banquet out of the way, then I go to work on the sponsorships for that. Well, this year we're doing them both in October. And you know what? It's the same people in the community that are the supporters of all these worthwhile things. And so now when I'm talking to you, and I need you to help us with this picnic. Oh, and by the way, 2 weeks from now, I need you to help us with this other one. So it's, but like I said, they're the same people. On that banquet, Chris Nassari will be our auctioneer. I don't know if you've ever been in a room when he's auctioneering.
Don't twitch.
Oh, he is awesome. He made us a lot of money last year on that. Of course, he bought all the stuff himself too. So he not only sponsors the table and volunteers his time to be our auctioneer, but if it's a good deal, he may bid on it himself and buy it. So that's the kind of folks that run these things. And of course, Doug Gregg puts a lot into it, and Joanna Baxter from Baxter Insurance. These are all part of the committee that donate a lot of their time and energy and revenue to make these things happen. They're the same ones that you ask for everything else.
Yep. But they always step up. Yeah. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Hollie, will you have a bunch of veteran service officers come from the other areas as well?
So unfortunately we won't, because immediately after the DAV picnic, we have our training on the 19th of October for ADVA. So the state Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs training is gearing up, and then we'll have that down in Little Rock. So they're not going to be able to attend both because most of them are working with small county budgets. But they all know that it is here, and if they would like to come, they can. But we'll have our information there.
They can get the word out to the people and get them here anyway.
And then immediately after that, our offices will be closed for that week, and then we'll be down in Little Rock training and going over new things that are happening with the VA.
There you go. With that, we're going to take another break. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer's been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. This morning our guests are Dan Hall and Hollie Scoma. Hollie, it's your turn. Dan has run the show this morning.
I really don't have a lot other than we've just been everywhere. Like, I've been out training new VSOs that we have and helping out around the community doing different things. So in DC and Colorado, like we've just kind of been everywhere this quarter. So
you've got two new service officers right here in this area, Fulton County and Marion County. Are they going to come to the picnic? They're close enough.
So I've invited all of them. I've sent all of them the invite, but I can't force anybody to come, but I hope that they will. So
did you tell them that Secretary Todd would be here and he'd love to see him?
No, I have not. That's my boss. It's the big boss. So, and he's wonderful. So, but I think we're going to have a good show out from Little Rock. Like I said, we're going to even have the vet center here with a mobile unit. And
you talked about relationships, and we try to communicate with all of our partners and keep everybody kind of together, so we're not working against each other or not competing. We're all in the same business. And I talked about the referral problem to the local community care network. Well, it turned out I got an email from Secretary Todd where at that conference that Hollie was at in Washington, D.C., some other people were having a similar problem with these referrals and having delays. Well, Hollie spoke up, and I guess you were talking to the undersecretary of
I was,
VA,
the undersecretary of benefits.
and they were concerned about it. She spoke and said, well, we had a problem, but our director over there of Central Arkansas fixed it within a day or two. Secretary Todd didn't even know about it. With the email I got, he was informing Dr. Scott that we gave her a shout out in D.C.
Yeah.
They want to know who was this and what organization.
Yeah.
And so everybody appreciated that, having her back.
And that goes to show, though, like, our problems are national problems. Like, the things we're experiencing are happening across all of the states. And so, like, talking about that and saying, hey, this is what we did to fix that process, it went really well. And they were like, we didn't even know that this, like, people were attacking this issue and that it was an issue. So to say, hey, we already fixed that problem and identified it, they were like, Arkansas? You guys did? Like,
Yeah, that's a little state below Missouri
Right.
and above Louisiana.
yeah. So
VA started this program nationally called Sprint, and we created a Veterans Council to review issues from all around the country and people that are working on studies and what have you. Well, we got this thing going, and in the first couple of meetings we realized there were like 12 or 15 people on this Zoom call. 12 of us were in Arkansas. UMAS and VA.
Yeah.
So unlike this picnic now, Dr. Angie Lewinsky from VA will be up here. Laura Waltington from VA Little Rock, the suicide prevention program, she'll be up here. So we just really communicate and work well with people, understanding that people want to do what's right. And if you attack the system when it has a problem and don't attack the individuals that run the system, you get along pretty well.
You know, I didn't serve in the military. I have family members that have. People need to understand that VA is more than just healthcare.
yeah,
Oh my word.
so much more, a lot.
Well, even just the healthcare side of it, you know, and this is part of the frustration with it. I've mentioned before that I've actually met with 4 of the last 5 secretaries of the VA, and they all say the right things about becoming more veteran-centric and less VA regulation-centric and so on, and they really believe that. And the provider that deals with the veteran at the local level believes that. The problem is this is a huge agency, and there's like 30 levels of technocrats in between there that have to get the word.
Mm-hmm.
And they live or die based on their ability to follow regulations. They're not dealing with people. So when we talk about veteran health care, they do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
The problem is to get into veteran health care, you got to go to the other VA eligibility side.
The benefits or the income.
And that takes a little time and is often not quite as friendly as the other one. So, well, we try to work both of them and keep the thing working.
And the VA's on the right track because they've moved almost everything to va.gov. Before, you had like 7 different websites for VA. So there was a healthcare, there was a benefits, there was a education, there was the referrals, there was like 7 different websites to try and find and keep track of. Now they're trying to move just to one unified, and then if we could get the rest of the things to speak to each other, I think we'd be better. But like you said, it's a big organization.
The problem with that is people her age who are raised with this technology appreciate that. People my age hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like the technology, and it almost seems like the government doesn't want to talk to me. They don't like me. They don't want to look me in the eye and create a relationship and fix something. They want you to go to their website and check boxes. I personally recommend you do not do that.
Yeah, no,
You can check the wrong. These are complicated sites, and some of us dumb old people can't do this quite as well. And if you're not sure and you check the wrong box, you can delay this whole process.
Yeah.
That's why we have people like Hollie and Charlie Leonard, your county veteran service officers. Make an appointment with them, let them walk you through it so it gets done right the first time. And we
Save the delay.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. And the frustrations, you know, a person isn't filing a claim because they're playing a game on the computer. It's a personal issue with them. They need it resolved. And you can get real frustrated
Yeah.
when you can't look somebody and I say, how do we fix this, or what do we do next?
What's the next step? Yeah.
And Hollie is responsible to train the veteran service officers in 9 counties. They work for your county judge. They all have, depending on the size of the county and their veteran workload, some of them work a couple days a week, some of them work 5 days. But if you don't know how to get a hold of your county veteran service officer, call your county judge's office or get the phone number, make an appointment with that service officer before you go up on the internet and start trying to fill out forms. And I'll give you an example. One of the things that we had created through Senator Bozeman with this community-based effort, he created legislation and got it passed that required the VA to offer resources, small grants and so on at the community level. So they came out with one of the programs was the Staff Sergeant Roger Fox grant for rural suicide prevention. So on the 29th of April, they had this training about how to go up and get this grant. You had like 6 weeks when these things had to be in. There were like 8 sections of this grant process that the VA created. We had 8 PhDs, one for each section, explain and how this was going to be tallied and how you do this and how you have to coordinate here and there. And it turned out after the whole thing, there wasn't a single organization in the state of Arkansas prepared to do it. Not in that amount of time. Yeah. It would take 6 months to gear up to be able to do all the things in that grant.
And they still didn't even discuss the paperwork. Like, they were just discussing the team to have the paperwork.
Yeah.
Not even the paperwork. We called each other and we're like, no. Like,
sound like a Baptist church.
Yeah.
A committee to form a committee to make a committee.
Yeah, these things that are created by PhD candidates sitting in an office and doing surveys and studies, and when it gets to how do you do it on the street, that's a whole different ballgame. You may have seen recently Military Times come out. There were 2 studies that basically on our suicide prevention program, 2 of these different studies, one from Duke University and another one, they come out and said that the veteran suicides are really probably double what they've been saying, not 22 a day, but 44 a day. And they went through all this, so of course Helen from the newspaper wanted to know about that. Bottom line to me is, that's numbers and statistics. I deal with people. Yeah. And I know that in Baxter County, we went from the high year of 2016, 26 suicides in this county, many of them veterans, to this year so far, total of 9, only 1 is a veteran. So it doesn't make any difference nationally whether the number is 22 or 44 or the number's too high.
Yeah.
But none of those studies addressed what do you do about it.
Yeah.
And we are about what you do about it.
Yeah, if you take care of the numbers in the county, it'll take care of the numbers in the state, which will, guess what? Take care of the numbers nationally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's about getting that personal relationship kind of all across the board for all of these things. So, and Dan does a wonderful job.
And I'm sorry if I get in a soapbox, but this modern technology and everything going up with the internet, and how many times have, even when Alicia was working with me, you'd say, with all of these websites and all this information out here, the number one thing that you get from veterans when you start talking about these programs is, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So just putting the information up on some website does not get it to the veteran.
That doesn't reach them.
He doesn't even know what he's looking for.
No.
But especially when you have to click multiple things to get to that one thing, too. Yeah.
The CBOC here in Mountain Home has made some major changes over the years. Seem to be all for the better.
Absolutely. Ashley's doing a great job over there too. She's one of our real partners. I just had a DAV Chapter 30 meeting Monday, and a couple of members were talking about what a great job they're doing in the rehab department, that doctor that's doing that. And by the way, I understand that they're looking for volunteers over there. If you can help at the CBOC with helping move patients around, what have you, in the rehab thing. And they're also looking for people that might volunteer to drive locally to get someone to a community care doctor. So get a hold of the CBOC if you have time to volunteer.
Yeah, it's beats the daily trips or the 3 times a week trips to Little Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Got about 10 more seconds. Got anything else that you'd like to throw out?
I'm good. What do you got?
Now, if they need anything, they could just call us. So my phone number is 870-404-6944. So we're here to help. So
the 17th Annual Veterans Appreciation and Outreach Picnic, October the 1st, starts at 11 o'clock at ASU Mountain Home. The event will kick off with the singing of the Star Spangled Banner performed by Leanne Jackson, followed by a performance by the Katie Lady Project. It'll be a good time had by one and all. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.